A 70-year-old man is behind bars after fatally shooting his wife in front of their young daughter. The incident occurred at 12:42 a.m. on Sunday the 10th of September, inside a mobile home at Royal Duke Park at Northwest 30th Avenue in Miami, Florida. Investigators said that Alberto Molinet was having a heated argument with his wife when he pulled a firearm from an open safe in their living room and attempted to shoot her. He pointed the gun at his wife and pulled the trigger, but at that moment it was unloaded. His wife became scared and she hid in the bathroom while Alberto loaded the gun. Alberto then fired a single shot through the bathroom door and then entered while his wife tried to push him away to try to prevent him from firing more shots. He then bit her and fired a second shot into her body, causing her to fall to the ground. The couple's daughter, who's a minor, witnessed the entire incident and called 911 to report the shooting. First responders arrived at the home and pronounced the victim dead at the scene. Her identity has not been released. Alberto was arrested that same morning and charged with second-degree murder. He sat at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Centre without bond. The investigation into the matter continues. A man and 2 women are behind bars after children were beaten, starved and living in deplorable conditions. 35-year-old Leonard Satterfield, 37-year-old Tonya Satterfield, and 29-year-old Kristen Walker have each been charged with 4 counts of creating risk of injury by a parent, guardian or custodian. On the 31st of August, Child Protective Services and deputies went to their home at 951 Bunner Ridge Road in Fairmont, West Virginia, to remove children as part of an ongoing investigation. Investigators said that the entire residence had garbage, dog feces, and clothing all over the floor, and used toilet paper that was stacked up in the bathroom. An infant, 6-year-old, 8-year-old and a 9-year-old were removed from the home and were covered from head to toe with dirt, and that there was dirt matted between their toes, toenails, hands, neck and face. There was no food in the house, and the children seldom received baths or food. One of the children kept Pop-Tart crumbs from school in his pocket. After eating some of the crumbs, he'll put the rest in his pocket and eat later. Leonard was also charged with 3 counts of child abuse creating risk of injury. The 8-year-old child had marks on his stomach, back, and side from being hit with a belt and burnt with cigarettes. The 9-year-old told investigators that Leonard would punish him by having him stand against the wall on his tippy toes with nails under his heels, or filling up the bathtub with cold water and ice and making him sit in it. The child showed deputies a scar on his foot and said it's from the nails. The 6-year-old told deputies that Leonard starves us and that makes him feel sad, and that he gets whipped with switches, belts and hands on his butt and head. Deputies recorded that the children also told them that Leonard had busted a window and that glass had landed on the infant. Authorities said that Kristen and Tonya did not intervene and allowed the children to live in the home and receive neglect and abuse. All 3 suspects are held at the North Central Regional Jail. It's unclear who's now looking after the children. The investigation into the matter continues. 58-year-old Timothy Houston Harville is behind bars for fatally shooting his sister-in-law Angela Berryman Hill Harville. At around 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday the 13th of September, authorities responded to a residence at 2371 County Road 161 in Hatton, Alabama on a call of an unresponsive woman. When officers arrived, they entered the home and found Angela deceased with a gunshot wound. Witnesses told investigators that Timothy went to Angela's residence at around 6:20 p.m. that evening when an argument began. Timothy then pointed a shotgun at Angela and shot her in the head. It's unclear what the argument was about. Timothy was arrested and charged with murder and is held at the Lawrence County Jail without bond. Timothy was out on bond following an arrest last December on charges of shooting into an occupied dwelling vehicle and 2 counts of reckless endangerment. The investigation into the matter continues. Police are searching for 2 suspects wanted in connection to the fatal shooting of a 34-year-old man. At shortly after 10 a.m. on Wednesday the 13th of September, authorities responded to 206 East 119th Street in Manhattan, New York after Cubulin Reeves was shot multiple times in the torso. A local resident administered medical assistance before police and paramedics arrived. Cubulin was rushed to the Metropolitan Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Witnesses said they observed a masked shooter open fire on the victim before jumping on the back of a scooter being operated by someone else. Another witness said the gunman could have done more damage if he didn't have problems with his weapon. He shot 3 times and his gun jammed, the witness said. He jumped on the scooter and they blew through the light and took off. The motive of the shooting is unclear, and the suspects remain on the run as investigation into the matter continues.